HTV News Source is sponsored by CN Vision Image Consulting and Chi Products. Clothing provided by Target.
Hello, welcome to this edition of HTV News Source. I'm your host, Mariana Yanguren. Mayor Sylvester Turner and other leaders from the Deer Park area issued a second shelter in place. Experts say they have detected high levels of benzene and other volatile organic compounds. Even though the fires are out, firefighters are still working to make sure the hotspots don't reignite. Turner said there are 10 monitors in the city of Houston which monitor air quality daily.
I know the cloud of dark smoke seems ominous as it spreads over parts of the city of Houston, but we want to assure everyone that the air quality is being monitored around the clock. For example, I want people to know that in the city of Houston, there are 10 benzene monitors in Houston that are providing hourly readings for us. There are some handheld monitors, about 6 of them, that are being utilized. And then there are 20 particle monitors at various fire departments positioned around the city. I want to say, the reason I want to point all of those things out is that there's an increasing web of monitors throughout the city of Houston that are providing readings to all of us in real time, and in many cases even on an hourly basis. So we are monitoring the situation very, very carefully.
In other news, Mayor Turner condemns the shootings at 2 mosques in New Zealand. The mayor joined community leaders at a local mosque to express his support after the shootings.
There are no words, absolutely no words, to describe the horror the victims must have felt, just as we struggle to comprehend such a heinous act and describe the sadness and pain our community feels today. People are supposed to feel safe when they're in places of worship, a mosque, a synagogue, a church, and it is a refuge and a sanctuary of peace, a place of prayer, and a filled sense of hope. When someone commits a cowardly act of violence against anyone because of their religion, nationality, or any other reason, it is an attack against each one of us, and we must not and cannot remain silent. In fact, it is incumbent on all of us to stand in solidarity against that type of hatred. Earlier today, the Houston Police began direct patrols, and Chief Acevedo will speak to that, around area mosques, and officers will begin to make direct contact with mosque staff members so that we have an open relationship and can work together to identify threats and prevent copycats from doing harm. Houston is the most diverse city in the nation, and we are very proud of that. And we are a welcoming city where more than 100 languages are spoken, and people of different faith engage and practice their faith within our city. So we must stand and remain partners together to protect that strong relationship that we have built in this city and that we value in this city. And as your mayor, I will continue to stand with you and pray for the lives lost in New Zealand, and promise that our city will do everything within its power to protect lives and show everyone who lives in our city, especially our American Muslim brothers and sisters, that we are as one, and that no acts of violence can separate us from one another. We are inextricably connected, and a heinous act committed against one is a heinous act committed against us all, regardless of where it takes place in this world.
Porfirio Villarreal with the Houston Health Department has received a $3 million grant to remove lead from 160 homes.
The Houston Health Department has received $3 million from the federal government. Also contributing is the Housing Department. The City of Houston will have almost $4 million to make sure that 160 homes here in Houston are safe for children. That means we'll remove all the lead poisoning risk from that home. What we do is we make sure that we remove those components of those homes that contain lead, or put vinyl siding, or have paint in good condition, and that way we break the cycle of children being lead poisoned.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We know you didn't do it. Just confess.
Okay, you're right. I didn't use the 311 app. I mean, I saw the pothole, but just got lazy. I mean, I didn't use the 311 app.
You are pathetic.
Who says that kind of stuff?
Use the City of Houston app for all your 311 needs.
Vets, you served our country, and now you're home looking for a job. But how often have you applied and never heard back? That can be frustrating. That's why Edge for Vets was created, to open the world for you. The Houston Airport System and its business partners are hiring and offer this unique opportunity to get an edge in the interview process. To find out more, contact us at edgeforvets.org.
The Houston municipal courts are giving people a chance to pay their tickets without being arrested. Take a look. The Houston municipal courts announced the start of the amnesty program, which allows people with traffic violations to pay up without being penalized. Honorable Judge Elaine Marshall explained.
Our amnesty program this year is called a Fresh Start. It starts from March 15th, goes all the way to April the 6th. What it is a situation where people can come in because situations happen in families and lives, and everything goes on separate and above from you remembering that you have to come to court. If you forgot about a court date, if you've missed your court date, if your cases are in warrants, you need some assistance with that. So that's what our Fresh Start is, to give you a chance to come in, talk to judges, pay your fines if necessary, and then start anew. If you have situations where you can't pay it, we have judges here to help for that too. I think it started with me for Harvey. Everything was destroyed in Harvey for a lot of people. Houses, all of your paperwork is gone. So the last thing you're worrying about is that traffic citation that was probably on the top of your dresser. And as you ride around and you see the lights come on behind you, that's the exact moment that you go, the ticket. And so that's what Fresh Start is about. Come down, talk to us.
For more information, you can log on to www.houstontx.gov/courts. You can also call 311. In other news, Mayor Sylvester Turner addressed a crowd at a luncheon about becoming aware of mental health and gun violence. He reiterated the importance of dealing with these two issues.
There are 5 budget riders the Commission has endorsed that we hope members of the House and Senate include in the one bill that has to pass each session, and that's the State Appropriations Bill. Briefly, let me just touch on them. 1, funding school counselors that deal directly with students concentrated on their well-being. 2, fund mental health, suicide prevention, and trauma-informed training for teachers and school staff. 3, expand mental health first aid training to include law enforcement. 4, fund Harris County Psychiatric Center's more intensive outpatient services that provide the most appropriate supportive care that would free up more inpatient capacity. And 5, fund efficient transmission of the Texas Department of Public Safety records to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, the NICS. Now, when I was in the legislature, going back even to 2013, the legislature was not appropriating much funding for mental health. Starting in 2013, the legislature started to do more. But more, substantially more, is required and needed in this area.
Mayor Turner wants everyone to be able to achieve their dreams of owning a home. As part of his Complete Communities initiative, he encouraged folks to come see NACA at Greenspoint Mall to apply for a mortgage with no closing costs and no down payments. This event runs today through Sunday.
Home ownership should be a right, and it shouldn't be something that's not available to people in our city. And in this case, when it comes to home ownership, less than 50% of people in this city, and especially in minority areas, are owning their own home. In fact, that number has been dropping. And when you're just renting, and I'm not going to be negative towards people who are renting, but when you're just renting, you never own. And of course, if you're buying your home, eventually it becomes your home, your asset, and it's something that you can use in multiple ways. So let me salute home ownership. Let me salute people who have stepped out and they are buying their homes, and that's one of the ways we're building up our communities. Lastly, let me just say this. We are focusing on complete communities. These are neighborhoods, communities that have been underserved, under-resourced for quite some time. And we've already named 5, Acres Home being one, near North Side, 2nd Ward, 3rd Ward, the 5th Ward, the Gulfton area, and all of these, and we're about to name another 4 more, but in all of these communities, we are needing more home ownership.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
50 years ago, Bush Intercontinental Airport opened its gates connecting the people of the world to Houston. Join us on March 23rd from 10 to 4 for a celebration at the airport. Free parking, games for kids, and great food celebrating 50 years of IAH.
It looks good, no? We worked hard.
Get in the truck.
Human trafficking takes many forms, and all of it bad. If you suspect someone's a victim, call 888-3737-888. Learn the signs at watchfortraffic.org.
Welcome back to HTV News Source. Tour to Houston, presented by Apache Corporation, is a fundraising bike ride that benefits Houston's reforestation program. This annual event offers Houstonians and visitors a unique way to view the city, with bike routes winding through Houston's historic neighborhoods, scenic districts, and parks.
Be safe! Happy St. Patrick's Day!
There's no better way to go green than the Apache Tour to Houston on St. Patrick's Day. It's a benefit for the Parks and Recreation Department. Riders are going to either go the distance of 20 miles, 40 miles, or 60 miles, and it is perfect weather out here on St. Patrick's Day. What I am most proud of this event is that we're in our 14th year, and it just keeps getting stronger. Our participation keeps getting larger, and it's all for a great benefit for the Houston Parks and Recreation Department, Replant Houston, which is the reforestation efforts. I am so proud of our sponsors. First of all, Apache for coming in as a title sponsor.
Well, it's so important for Apache because we really enjoy, giving back to the community, especially in the way of bettering our parks and recreation areas and all the green spaces in Houston. And we have a commitment to the environment and giving where we live and work, and so Houston is our home.
Be safe! Oh, y'all have a good time. 62nd Mayor of Houston, Mayor Turner.
Some people go 60, some go 40, some go 20, some just go. But it's an excellent time to see Houston from a bike's point of view, and it's raising money for the reforestation program, and this is an excellent day to go green by getting on your bikes and helping to replant the tree canopy in the city of Houston.
Thanks for watching this edition of HTV News Source. I'm your host, Mariana Yanguren. Until next time, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Your story, your voice, your station. Goodbye.
HTV News Source is sponsored by Vision Image Consulting and Chi Products. Clothing provided by Target.